Yeah, we paid perfectly good money to go out on this boat, maybe 5 or 10 miles off Panama City Beach, just to go out and jump overboard and sink to the bottom. Here's Lindsay going down, and you'll see her hand above her head there. We had a big problem on our first dive. Even though we'd been diving in freshwater just a week before, and we knew how much weight we needed and all, we kind of forgot that salt water is denser than freshwater, and we really didn't have enough weight. We were always having to swim down a little bit and float to the surface. This first ship we went to was the Red Sea, an old freighter tug. And it was fun to swim through it from starboard to port, because when we got on the other side, it was pretty amazing. There was just fish as far as you could see. Kind of missed one of the best parts. I didn't have the camera on, but we were swimming along, and we're in a swim mask. You kind of got tunnel vision. And we're swimming along the left side of the ship, looking right at the ship, and two of these big jellyfish came up beside Lynn, where she didn't even see him, within a foot of her head, and I grabbed her by the foot, kind of pulled to keep her from swimming right into one, and she looked back at me, and then I pointed at them, and she looked towards them, and there was that big jellyfish right in front of her face. Spooked her for a minute. It's really cool swimming through these schools of fish, because they don't really act afraid of you to where they'll stay out of your reach, but that's about it. Sometimes they'll even come right back at you, like they will here in a little bit. Kind of cool what the sun looks like when you're 70 feet down and look back up. We probably swam around down here for 30 or 40 minutes. And most people know. There was a barracuda you can see up above them. They kind of stayed off to the side. Most people know that scuba diving, you can get the bends, and that's usually not a problem for us. We don't usually dive deep enough, long enough to make any difference to the dive club in some places just down the surface. But if you do go down long enough and keep breathing air under pressure, some of that nitrogen gets in your bloodstream. And look up the dive tables and all. And basically, if you go down 70 feet for 30 minutes and come back up, and you're only up for an hour or so, and then you go down again 70 feet, another ship for 30 minutes. And you have to remember to, at least on the second dive, stop for 8 minutes, 15 feet below the surface. Just sit there and breathe for a while and let the nitrogen get out of your body. We went ahead and took a safety stop on both dives, and so we weren't in much danger. Now this is down on the second ship. You saw what it was like hanging out at 15 feet 10 minutes ago. The second ship was an old Navy minesweeper, and it's been there a long time. We've been to it a couple different times, and it's increasingly laying around in pieces. The Navy has used it for demolition practice and blown pieces of it off, and we were warned not to go inside of it. There's lots of places you could swim through it, but lots of cables hanging, and it's pretty rusty, and we just kind of swam around and put your head in place. Scuba diving is the perfect meditation for being mindful of your breath, because you certainly know when you breathe deeply and you hear that Darth Vader sound, and then whenever you breathe out, you've got bubbles coming up around your ears. The year before, when we came and dove this ship, this Navy minesweeper called the Strength, I wasn't wearing a wetsuit as usual because usually the water's plenty warm. And as soon as I got down there, I started feeling like I was getting bit by mosquitoes. 70 feet underwater and I'm getting bit by mosquitoes. And what it really was, there's some little tiny jellyfish. I couldn't even see them. But when they sting you, it feels like a mosquito bite. And boy, that was uncomfortable. But this time they assured me they hadn't seen jellyfish for a long, long time. I didn't have any trouble at all. I wore a wetsuit, but the water was so warm. This kind of shows you what the bottom is really like out there in the Gulf. And unless you drop a ship down, so there's something solid for sea life to anchor to and fish to swim around, there's not a whole lot down there. But there's one section of the ship over to the side we swam over to. There's like 15 or 20 on our dive boat. As you can see in this picture, pretty sure of the time we were kind of off by ourselves. One time it was really interesting was you're supposed to go down the anchor line to the sunken ship and then back up the same anchor line to the boat. And at 15 feet everybody kind of hangs out and breathes for a while. And if you happen to be one of the people that goes up first and hangs out at 15 feet, then you get a whole bunch of people coming up the anchor line. They have to kind of stop below you. And so you end up in this bubble bath of just everybody's bubbles coming up all around you, and all you can see is bubbles. I think I got that on this film. Lynn there to see how much air she had. Then you get to go out for lunch afterwards.